Absolute brutal start. We just kind of found our rhythm. Wyatt Langford on the shelf for 1 to 2 months. Put him on the IL, but this is a great segue to finally promote one of our best players in the organization in Enrique Benitez. The defense is not the best, but he's earned it. He has done more than earn it. I mean, he was hitting .330 in the minor leagues, had, wars that toppled his game's play what he should be. He will be getting regular playing time here for us. He'll probably be playing right field. But now you have your corner outfields not too great with Jazz Chisholm there. Maybe move some stuff around. Leland Metzger, obviously a better fielder here, but Benitez, we just got to give the time to. All right, let's go. Also, we're going to lock in some decisions. Evan Russo, we're going to offer this contract 8 years, $116 million. We just traded for $14.5 million a year to be a catcher like this until he's age 31. I think is a real fun possibility. He will accept that. Looking at some other guys we might want to lock up long term. Bud Leonard's the next guy that I think we should be looking at. He wants 18. Can't afford that contract at this time. So I think we've kind of found our limit right now. We are going to lock in Evan Russo. Let's see if we can maybe do one more of these for him. We do kind of want 7 years. We can go a little bit farther up. All right, so we have locked up Bud Leonard as well. Now that leaves these guys kind of out in the void. With J.J. Rose, we do have 3 more years of arbitration left with him being one of the last guys to come through. So we have some control with him. Para, same thing. We still have 1 more year of renewals and then ARB, so he'll be about 30. Marco Garcia. So these guys are a little farther along. These guys will kind of be 30 plus by the time they reach. I really love J.J. Rose, but I think this makes the most sense for us. Locking in some of these guys and just having this team be real good for the near future. If you look at some of this money that we have on the books coming up next year, we have a whole bunch committed between Amador, Chisholm, Gorman, Langford, Leonard now at $15.7 million a year. Tovar his last year. Russo now gets a jump. Bobby White's contract kicks in. Juan Duran 1 more year. Bo Brisky, James Mora for a couple more years. So you're not going to have too much money to play with, but hopefully with this being a team that can potentially win a World Series for years to come, that revenue is going to go up, and it's going to be interesting. We're not really losing any money between this year and next year. It's saying right here, if you look at player salaries up top, but I like this. I think we've really found our core. We're locking it in. We're not going to have any more Nolan Jones, guys disappearing on us like that. Yeah, we're locking this in for the long term. All right, so after giving some contracts out, we sign a couple of our stars who we want for the future. We head over here to San Francisco to take on the Giants. We are really having a good second half here. The beginning of the second half has been very fortuitous to us. We're up over like 10 games, over 500. So we will take that. And it's Ryan Pipio, former prospect for the Dodgers, then went to the Rays, now back in California in the NL West, a 4.26 ERA, 103 strikeouts in 122 innings. He's 7-8 on the season. A devastating slider and a nice fastball that gets up there in velocity. Dale Amador back from injury, and he has continued from where he left off. The power was absolutely incredible for him in that first month of the season. Now he just dribbles one up the middle and gets a single. Nolan Gorman with 2 outs. Lets Amador steal second base. and he's in there. So we have a runner threatening with 2 outs. 1-2 count for Nolan Gorman. Trying to do something here and break ice for the first time. And the circle change after some fastballs got him late. The circle change sped him up. And that will strike out Gorman and end the inning. So a single and then a stolen base given up. And the new man with the brand new deal. The stats might not back it up, but a lot of the underlying things, we really think that Bud Leonard can be that guy. We've talked about it before, and we think that kind of with his, back this baseball card looking the way it is, we were able to kind of get him on a little bit of a deal. And he's going to strike out Dylan Cruz there. He has that potential to be a number 1 for us. We have Bobby White, we have James Morrow, we have J.J. Rose, Rafael Parra, and we think this is the guy who can be the best out of all of them. Traveling to the top of the second now, Sterling Thompson. He has kind of come down to earth after his scorching start to the season. Not quite Wade Boggs anymore, but still going to slap some singles around the yard, and we got 2 on to begin the inning. Enrique Benitez still filling in for an injured Wyatt Langford, and he will dribble this one up the middle, and behind the back goes the second baseman to complete the inning. Bottom 2 now, Spencer Steer. He's going to get a fastball in the middle of the plate and drive it up the middle, and that will be the first base runner of the day for the Giants off of Bud Leonard here, coming in that second inning. Next batter, MJ Melendez is going to chop it to Sterling Thompson. They initiate the double play around the horn. Amador and Domine finish it off. And again, we kind of built ourselves over the last couple of years with real good defense. We have some more holes than we have in years past, but still this infield extremely solid. Both corners and the middle infield guys can all really flash the leather for us. Troy Wood's going to flash some pine as he goes the other way and into that cavernous alley in center field, right center field. Not quite Triple's alley, so we'll settle with a double. His 31st. Again, he's doing everything we could have wanted for him to do. And then with the bases loaded later on, Nolan Gorman single through the right side. They're not going to test the arm of Melendez. And we have our first run. Again, bases still juiced here for the bottom, for the good meat of this lineup. Evan Russo, 243. He's going to strike out swinging. Hasn't quite hit his stride with us yet. Obviously having a very good year with the Yankees. And again, still hasn't centered himself here in Colorado. Tommy Domine, though, one swing of the bat puts 2 more on the board as Jazz Chisholm races his way around third base to score the second run. And Domine puts us up 3-0 right over the head of the third baseman. And Amador and Chisholm both score. And Domine fired up about that, giving his Rockies, extending the lead a little bit. Sterling Thompson already a single today and is going to strike out on that circle change. That one claims another victim. And it's 3-0. We already have 6 hits here. Offense really come into play. You love to see it. Bottom 4 on the ground and just missing a double as Steer has to go back into the batter's box 0-2. And then we challenge him with paint. Bob Ross couldn't do it better. Absolute beauty by Bud Leonard into that top corner with the fastball. And Steer is set down. And Bud Leonard settling in when he gets into these modes. He's hard to knock. And through 4, only given up 2 hits and struck out a couple so far. Bottom 5, Brady House gets a hold of one, and this is the first blemish on Bud Leonard's stat line tonight. Brady House, the former shortstop turned third baseman, big slugging right-handed hitter. He goes yard for his 21st bomb of the year, and this is just a line drive shot. You get a fastball left over the middle. That's kind of where Leonard struggles, is controlling those pitches and getting them in a right spot, locating where he needs to go, and gives up the home run there. David Fry had a home run last night, and Domine on his belly knocks it down, able to get up and fire it over, and that will be the final out. So Brady House, he has a big swing and gets the Giants on the board. Domine, again, a little highlight play to get us out of the inning, and that does it for the 5th. In the bottom of the 6th, as the offense, other than what we saw from them earlier, waning a bit. We haven't seen much from them. Sixth strikeout for Leonard as he goes high. Ellison, he gets a fastball high. He can't catch up to it. His seventh now and second in a row. And then Joseph Ortiz will be strikeout number 3. That curveball is deadly. When he gets his secondaries working, is able to kind of get a feel for those off-speed pitches, that's what makes him good. And it's just 2 or 3 things he needs to do in the beginning of a start to know that he's going to be dominant. That's why we gave him $100+ million. Sterling Thompson, he's going to be there and get the shattered bat in front of him, pick up the out on the pop-out, and that will do it for the inning, and that will probably do it for Bud Leonard tonight as we are done through 7. Still, 3-1 your score. Bottom of the 8th, Roger Calderon comes up, and Brady House takes a cutter that was a strike, but umpire says, no, sir. That's ball 1, or ball 2, and next pitch, Brady House. It was earlier with Steer. He got unlucky with the foul ball that ended up being a strikeout. This time it was Brady House getting lucky with the no call on strike 3 that ends up in a double. So I guess karma evens herself out. David Villar into right field. It's going to bring up a throw from Benitez, and Russo has to come off the plate. And even though it still would have been late a bit, not the best arm out there in right field is Benitez. And then Ortiz popped up, and that will do it. They do score the run, but just the one. So we still have a lead. It is 3-2, and David Villar helps his Giants creep ever so closely, and they're catching up to us offensively. 3-1 count. Benitez 0 for 3 today, and he gets a changeup that he softly serves into left field. And now we got some speed on base. And that's, I think, the first hit we've seen from Benitez. Again, just called up and really helping out with that injury for Wyatt Langford. And Troy Wood's going to provide that power we're missing. This one absolutely demolished. Changeup, middle of the plate. He timed it up beautifully. And thanks to that bloop before, the blast counts for 2. And we have pushed our lead up to 3. It's 5-2. Wood got all of this one. Slow it up. Watch it fly. And there goes Troy Wood. Originally supposed to be in Oakland. Came over here in the Jesus Luzardo trade a couple of off seasons ago. And we are reaping those benefits. Amador is going to pop out or fly out to left field to do it for the 9th inning. So Troy Wood puts us up 3 now after his home run. And that's going to make way for our new closer. Here comes Joan Duran. 23 saves for the Milwaukee Brewers and us, or 26 saves for us combined. He gets a big strikeout. Runner on first base. Spencer Steer going down swinging. Melendez is going to watch that curveball in the dirt. Russo up, fires, and Cruz is out. Cruz met with a cruise missile as Evan Russo. Again, we wanted to make a move that added some more offensively to the catcher spot, but kept the Drew Romo defense, and we got that wrapped up in one guy. 102 blows by Melendez, and that will be your ball game as we come to the Bay and defeat a division opponent 5-2, and we pull off all the stops. Everyone contributing. Bud Leonard had a real nice game. We'll see later. Our 2 newbies came in and had some moments in this one. Our 3 newbies had moments in this one, if you include Benitez as well. We got some production all around the lineup, and let's check this box score. 5 hits combined from Troy Wood and Dale Amador. That's what you want from your top of your lineup. We had Gorman a hit, Sterling Thompson a pair of singles as well, a double of 2 extra base hits today, both by Troy Wood, a double and a home run. Domine drove in a couple, Wood drove in a couple, and Gorman drove in the first. 7 innings, 4 hits, 10 strikeouts for Bud Leonard. Calderon gave up a run and 2 strikeouts, and Duran, his 27th save, came with 2 strikeouts. For the Giants, they got, Brady House had a good game. Everyone else kind of held in check, which is what we want to do. Melendez with a double, House with a double, House with that home run, and then VR and House with RBIs. MJ Melendez had that double play earlier in the game. Pepio, 3 innings, 3 earned, 5 strikeouts. Not the best performance, not the worst. Sean Jelly actually came in, only gave up 1 hit in 5 innings, and Brian Hoeing gave up that home run to Troy Wood. And our next game here today that we will be highlighting, it is the Rockies back at home taking on those Atlanta Braves. This very well could be a playoff matchup down the road. 70-58 to 69-59 are the Braves coming in today. They're rocking some throwbacks. We're rocking some throwbacks. We got the Ubaldo Jimenez vest. That's who I always attribute this look to. And we got James Mora on the bump. Has statistically been our best pitcher so far this year. 9-9 record, 138 innings pitched, 3.83 ERA, and then those 164 strikeouts. He is really starting to find it. And remember, when you first called him up to begin his career, he's turned that corner and turned that page so hard. Out in front is a bunt by Willie Castro that Russo goes around and hits. And it's just a look at the lineup and what dangers lie ahead, including this man that he is put to sleep with Domine ranging over in foul territory and securing the pop-up. So no one gets on base for the Braves as James Mora twirls a clean first inning. Wood, Amador, Chisholm up next. And they got Brandon Pfaadt. Brandon Pfaadt, former Diamondback, so we are familiar with him. Hasn't pitched too well this year. 5 ERA, not even 100 strikeouts through 100 in almost 40 innings. So this is a guy that we can take advantage of, I think, and I would love for our offense to do just that. Chisholm, grounder in the first inning and a clean first for Pfaadt. So both pitchers match clean first. We'll see who breaks first. Austin Riley takes the first digs of inning number 2, and Morris' pitch is obliterated. Austin Riley going to right field, cores, and he puts the Braves on the board first. It's 1-0 here in Colorado with Atlanta taking the lead off of Austin Riley's 28th home run. Getting older now, that contract starting to come to the end, but he's still a very valuable player here with his $20+ million. And a model that we just kind of what the Braves have been doing with their stars over the last decade plus. It's what we just did with our signings of the last 3 signings we made in the last calendar year. Willie Castro into that gap. He's going to find some grass and get on to second base. And that brings up Ignacio Alvarez, and Nacho is going to ground out to Tommy Domine, and that puts an end to the inning. So, we give up a 1 run. We do give up 2 hits, but we're still in this one. We're going to pick this one back all the way in the top of the 4th. Austin Riley again, and Austin Riley continues to match. Enrique Benitez, that one false step is the difference between an out and what ends up being a triple here for Riley, as the throw coming from Chisholm is a little offline, and Riley kept on his horse reading his third base coach, and now he is 2/3 of the way for the cycle. We've seen Matt Olson hit 4 home runs here in this ballpark, and we're going to watch Austin Riley hit for the cycle, it looks like. Bo Bichette into deep center field, enough to bring Riley home, and it's 2-0 Atlanta here in the 4th. Tamar Johnson, old foe, new uniform, played with the Pirates the last few years, or his whole career really, and we've matched up with them a couple times over the last few years as they got better. And he will pop out, Evan Russo out to make the catch. And again, Austin Riley comes through and spanks us around a little bit, but we get out of it. Jazz Chisholm goes down on the strikeout. We talked about this is a guy that we can kind of get to in Brandon Pfaadt. Yeah, we haven't got a base runner yet through 4 innings, and Pfaadt leaves that fastball high. It takes us all the way to the bottom of the 6th, and an Enrique Benitez single to get us on base for the first time tonight. As we, again get shut out, perfect gamed until that moment. Troy Wood then immediately over to Bo Bichette, who throws on to first. And that brings Austin Riley off the bag. So no, it will not be the end of the inning. That will let this inning continue. So we got the single with 2 outs and the error with 2 outs and the easy play. Bichette not known for the glove. And now we got Dale Almador trying to pounce on something. He gets a 12-6 curve right in the top of the zone. And then some bobble in right field, and that will allow the runner to come across and score as Benitez uses the speed as Acuna gaffes in right field. And we finally have a run. So going from nobody on base to 3 straight base runners in a run. That's just how some of these games can turn sometimes. Jazz Chisholm, he's a guy that can give us the lead with one swing of the bat. This one, Riley knocks it down, able to pick it up, fire to first base, and Fott's there to figure it out, and they do get out of the inning. Adele Amador does give us the run. We couldn't score any more, but we're not going to get perfect game by Brandon Fott, so that's really nice. If we lose this game, that's good to know. Evan Russo, for the first time on screen, is going to get a base hit as Bichette is going to dive and keep this one from the outfield, but a single nonetheless. And Russo will knock Fott out of the game there. 6+ innings for him. He is responsible for the runner on first base, but a guy that I thought, hey, and there is a play in this game that we show where Nolan Gorman in the second inning, an absolute bomb that just went foul. I remember telling myself, yeah, we're going to get to this guy. And we did not get to this guy just the one time here in the 6+ innings. So real good performance from Fott. Drew Hackenberg is going to come in 52 innings for ERA. Just a decent middle reliever guy, and he gives up a base runner, but then Sterling Thompson is robbed by Austin Riley. He's made a couple of nice plays over there at first base and quells any potential storm that would have happened to the Braves. So good job by Riley in the defense. And old friend alert, Ralphie Velasquez up, and James Moore is still going. I mean, he's had his moments, but why not? He's been really, other than Austin Riley, no one's gotten to him. And again, old friend Ralphie Velasquez grounds in a double play there. Willie Castro, he sends an absolute blast to left field. This is going to be a foot away from being a home run. Chisholm plays it perfectly up there in center field, so we'll hold Castro to a double, his second against Moore tonight, I believe. Nacho Alvarez, he's going to take the walk, and that will put 2 on as Ronald Acuna Jr. comes up. That will probably be the day for Mora. And we're going to go to the bullpen. Lefties have a better matchup against Acuna. I don't really think anyone has a good matchup against Acuna, but the lefties statistically do favor getting him out more, and Calderon, just our best reliever in the bullpen in general, so we're going to play the numbers and the talent matchup here as Roger Calderon comes out and tries to get Acuna. It's jammed, and this is going to fall just in front of Jazz, and the bloop puts a run on the board for the Braves. Another one coming through. Tovar, what a play! Chisholm lackadaisically threw it into second base, thinking that was his only play. Tovar, off platform, fires a strike to Russo just in time and keeps this one just a 2-score game. They do add the run, but it could have been a lot worse. Zach Jackson is going to come in for the 8th inning, and so far having a very good one. Amador swings the slider, and that will put him away. Opportunities getting slim for the Rockies. And now Yennier Cano has been one of the best in the front runner for reliever of the years. Both sides of the plate struggle hit against him this year. He is 36 for 37. Has only got one blemish on his record. We're trying to put another one on. Sinker jams Jazz. He still muscles it out to center field, but a little bit behind it. 1 out in the 9th. With 1 down here, Nolan Gorman up next. 2-2 count. Slider that he could have done damage on, and he was behind it as well. Popped it up. Foul territory. That will be out number 2. Alvarez there to put it away. And that will make way for Evan Russo. 1 for 3 today. We did see him get his first on-screen single. What can he do? Try to keep this game alive. Chopper to Nacho, and that will do it for your ball game. We do beat the Giants. We can't beat the Braves. And again, I have a sneaky suspicion we will be seeing them later on. And we'll remember this game. Brandon Fott kicked our ass, basically. But let's check on this box score, see who did what. Again, Castro and Riley are the only really 2 to do anything, but 2 doubles for Castro, a triple and a home run for Riley, and Bichette with the sac fly, Acuna with a blooper, and that was it. That was your ball game. That was all they needed. 3 runs for the Braves. It was just really good pitching and defense, as you see in the top there. Just 3 hits on our end all game. Fought 6 1/3, 3 hits, 6 strikeouts, no earned runs. Dropped his ERA by like .23. And then Hackenberg was great. Jackson was great. And then Cano, obviously, with the save, lowers his ERA to 1.19. Troy Wood, nothing. Amador, Russo, and Benitez, the only 3 hits. We had a walk by Tovar in the game as well. 7 strikeouts. 7 2/3 for Mora, 3 earned, 5 strikeouts, 6 hits. Gets the loss. Calderon, 1 1/3, just 1 hit. Again, there's all the offense in this one. August has come and gone. We had a pretty good month. Now a 11 games over 500. A real solid start to the month despite the bad news. And then after winning our first, 7 or 8 games right here, we kind of kept 500 and really had a plus month for us. One more, a little bit longer still for Wyatt Langford. Here's how the lineups look as of right now. Statistically, Troy Wood doing well, progressing well. Adael Amador really catching fire again, up to 22 home runs in just 83 games. And even though missing a decent chunk of the season, by far his best offensive year. And in half the innings, has still accrued almost 4 WAR. He's going to have a very fun end of the season, hopefully. Jazz Chisholm, again, slowing way down. Still, the doubles are there. Home runs are there. The average is still up, though. Everything's still up, but you're seeing, instead of that 1,000 OPS, it's just a tick under 900. Still a 5 WAR campaign. Nolan Gorman coming back to speed. Doing kind of the Nolan Gorman things that we haven't really seen. Definitely his best full season with us. Not taking into account that MVP campaign that we got for half of that year. Evan Russo, really excited for what he has to bring in the future. Tommy Domine, again, he's really leveled back into where I think this is what he's going to be for his career. Between 20-25 home runs, between 25-30 doubles. He's going to hit well. 780 to 850 OPS, I think, is where he's going to lie, and that's fine at first base for me. Ezekiel Tovar heating up as of late. Sterling Thompson, his average is well down, and actually a not as great year, especially to that start that we saw from him. A step back, if not just a step to the side from a year last year, but is walking a lot more, so that helps. Enrique Benitez, in his 21 games, has been fine, hitting a lot of singles, 1 home run. He finally got that first career out of the way, and 187 innings. Hasn't been a disaster in the outfield, and a half a WAR for him. Gehringer, Winchester, Metzger, and Osiris Johnson, as bench guys, they're doing exactly what we want from our bench guys to do. Pitching rotation-wise, as we go to the right screen, Bobby White settling in a 3.91 ERA. If this continues to be his best of his career, and out of nowhere has just been dominating and already has the best WAR total of his career. The home runs have gone way down, and now you're finally getting real good production at him. J.J. Rose, however, I don't know what the hell is going on with him. It's 6.47 ERA. The strikeouts are up. The walks are about the same, and the home runs per 9 are about the same. I really don't know what the difference between this year and the other years have been, but it just has, I don't know. It's one of those weird things where peripherally it looks good, but at the end of the day, it's what you're actually putting out onto the field that matters. Bud Leonard starting to come a little bit more down to earth. We synced him to a big extension. Strikeouts are up from last year, but he's also walking a little bit more, guys, but still okay. James Mora having the best season from anybody, I would assume, and hopefully he is dominant down the stretch. Strikeouts are where he really didn't be. The walks, though, this year have hampered him, but hasn't really killed him And Rafael Parra in the bullpen, or excuse me, in the rotation has been very fine indeed. Not going to strike out a lot of guys. We know this, though. But it's going to keep the ball in the yard and really work those ground balls. And when you have good infield defense like we do, that is exactly what we need. So there we go. That's our rotation. Bullpen looking something like this. You can see the numbers up on the screen. Everyone's pitching extremely well. We're going to have some call-ups. We're hopefully going to get Wyatt Langford back, and we'll see you next time. We have September and the playoffs coming up. We will be kind of checking in through periodically, see where everyone stands, where everyone lies. And it looks like we have a decently easy month ahead of us. A couple of players here and there, but for the most part, we should be October bound. We'll see you next time here with some more Colorado Rockies baseball.